So when the Greeks took over, the Ptolemies didn't get the respect that the Nesut Biti got. The Nesut Biti was like a Necher-like figure. The Ptolemy was the king, without his military, there was nobody listening to him. And nobody came in the multitudes to listen to him, okay? So he didn't get the same type of respect. So he commissioned the priest in ancient Kemet to develop and make him godlike. And so what they did is they took Zeus, they took Asar and Haru, and they mixed it all together with a European face, and they created this new person called Serapis. And Serapis was like their new god. He was the head of the pantheon. And so the king now was under the guise and the rulership of Serapis. And so that became the prototype. Those followers became Coptics. So I want you to understand. So Coptic Christianity came out of this development of Serapis, a amalgamation of the Greek, Roman, and African emperors all mixed into one divinity. And Serapis then became the prototype later for Jesus. Okay, so now, when we're creating Serapis, remember, they took existing things that already took. So Zeus, now you have to understand, they took Zeus was the head of the pantheon, right? But Zeus comes from Ethiopia and has to go back to Ethiopia and be charged every year. They have a big festival. Now that's kind of funny. A god from your nation has to go to another nation to be charged. Okay. Then they took Asar, because you couldn't get rid of Asar. Asar was the great black, the first king, like that. And then they took Haru, higher consciousness, this concept, and all pull it into this one angelic being. Okay. So now they create, and they make him in the image of the white Greeks. So that's the key. There is no image of a white god here like that until this. In Egypt and Kemet. So now they got a white god who's on parallel with Haru and Asar. So now we convert these Negroes, if I use the expression, you take the Kemet U and make them into Negroes. Negroes are not born, they are created, like Angel Food Cake and Stephen Fletcher, okay? So you get the idea. So now they've created this whole Negro class, these Coptics now, who are following Serapis. And they began preaching on the corners. They're converting people over. And then there was a division, because as they start during the Nicene Conference, when they were developing the character of Jesus, the Africans had a problem. They said, no, we know this. This ain't true. All of this stuff, y'all just made this stuff up. And so when Constantine asked for a vote on who's going to follow the new teachings, the Africans who rebel were killed or ostracized. So he would say, okay, raise your hand if you disagree. And everybody who raised their hand, he would send his soldiers, they cut their heads off. So this was a bloody meeting. They don't tell you. You had heads all over the place at the meeting. Then he said, okay, we're gonna have another vote. Now, how many of y'all are down for the new program? Okay, and then that's the real division of the Coptic Church. So the Coptic Church now moved into Ethiopia. And so that's why Jesus, everybody got an afro. You got to hold all the saints as black with afros and everything. So the Coptic Church moved into Ethiopia. The Coptic Church started in Egypt.